Everybody, a very good morning. Yeah, it's morning, 10:50 Indian Standard Time. I'm Justine Kapani, the founder and CEO of I'm Decor Design. We're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions. And as you can see, once again, the sun is out. It's nice and beautiful and bright and all that. And so it's time for a nice, refreshing cup of healthy coffee. And I'm sharing a video. This is going to be striking a chord, and it's going to sound really nice when you hear it, because this is an article basically which is linking spirituality with intellect and human beings, and it's giving us in short the gist of expanding our life with a circle of acceptance and love and stuff. Okay. So this is, if you want to read this article and you want to save it for future and stuff, it's on page 24, Times of India, and it's called, this section is called the Speaking Tree, and it says, we live in an age of endless options of possibilities and achievements, yet many of us feel lost and lonely. We don't know ourselves. We get tossed around by other people's opinions. And he's given an example of a CA who was quite a lot he was in awe of cricket, but he was doing a CA course. But he quit the first class of his CA and he went on the true path of being a cricketer. He shared an example of Ustad Zakir Hussain. Everybody knows the classic personality, Maestro Zakir Hussain. Never wavered about his own purpose. Einstein had no doubts about his own vocation. So what do you have to do? You have to look within. You have to discover your passion right from the childhood. What were the signs that you have? Recognize them early, and if it is as early as your formative years, you can always find your true calling. So now the point is, how do you connect with years behind of your formative years and stuff? So probably you can go down your memory lane of your relationships with your parents, your grandparents. Take a look at your family history. What is it that you liked? What is it that you didn't like? What were you good at? What were you not good at? What were you excelling and creating waves in your school and college? Like, I'll give you an example. I was very good overall, and I was like forever participating in poetry, drama. I was in, of course, they made me the school captain when I was in 11th and 12th. So that's another story altogether. But if I were to go back, I've had quite a few, hobbies as a child. I was very good, excelling in sports as well. I was very good in science. Sanskrit was not my favorite, physics, English, biology. Most of the subjects were my favorite. I was very good in them, So when I look back and I think about what was the best about my childhood, and what is it that I saw my grandparents do, or my parents do, or my siblings do, then I'm still looking at the present, and I can connect with a lot of stuff which I grew up as, and I identified. I love music, I love extempos, I love poetry, I love dramatics, and thanks to the defense way of living and stuff, we've been in different parts of the country and stuff. So a lot of people said, but isn't that hurtful? Doesn't it pain? Did it pain? Or doesn't it still pain that you lost all your friends over 3 years or 4 years and stuff? And I say, no, if you were to look at the larger picture, every city or every part of the country gave me new friendships, new culture, new exposure, new music, new fashion, new food, new adventure, new exposure, which really helps you kind of grow and evolve as a person, if you were to look at it in a positive manner and stuff. Okay. So avoid looking at life as a race or as a struggle. That's what the article says also. You're all wired for greatness, but not everybody can be a Steve Jobs. Not everybody can be Lata Mangeshkar, everybody carries a divine spark. So connect with that spirit, and you'll be able to rise above all the obstacles to excellence and stuff. So they've given an example of an athlete who says, I neither had a coach nor fancy shoes, but my belief was simple that God has made me for a purpose which was to run, and I will run for God. He was unstable, he was unstoppable, and he went on to win the Olympic gold. So what you do matters more than how talented you are. If you use your gift only in earning money and stuff, you remain ordinary. This is what the article says. Even I share that in a lot of places and stuff. Yes, money is important. I'm not saying that. But if you make your life only about money, then life becomes a very small, part of your journey. And if you're kind of looking at a higher purpose where you are using your talent for your company, your community, your people, your country, then excellence flows. So then the higher good and greater the success and stuff. And what is the highest? The highest is you understand that you are a blessing and you're getting blessing from God. So you have to offer it back in power, in terms of gratitude to that power. That's when the magic begins. That's when you reach perfection. So you have to have a connection with source. You have to have a connection with God, right? So I'm not saying be religious. It's to each one his own. People use all the terms. We don't believe in God. We believe in but there is a high good and stuff. Some people either want to get into endless debates, or we've not seen God, so we don't believe in God. There is a higher power there, but the point is, that's why people feel lonely, even if they are on the internet, even if they are on social media. They're lonely, they're lost because they don't have a heartfelt connection. You're not able to talk to anybody, So the connection from the heart is missing. When was the last time you actually reached out to someone? You actually felt their joy. You actually kind of celebrated their achievements. When did you kind of step in when they're feeling sad, when they had a health concern and stuff, because you're not doing that. You're so preoccupied with your own self, your own looks, your comfort, your image. You feel isolated in the crowd and stuff. And as a result of that, you say, people don't care about me. People don't have the time for me, and vice versa, because you're so preoccupied in your own stuff that, you don't want to kind of evolve or rise above that and connect with people on a different note and stuff, okay? And artificial intelligence may transform the world, but it can never replace human connection for love and friendship and stuff. When you reach out to someone, you genuinely care. You make your life, even if the person is far away, far more genuine and far more precious. And as a result of that, you have a reassurance that, you're cared for, and vice versa and stuff. As we expand our circle of love, the blossoms take form of devotion. We reach a bigger sense of benevolence, and we are kind of guided by Almighty God, and we are blessed by His countless ways, which is going to be always things happening for you at the right time, right place, and right measure. Awareness of the grace of God kind of gives us this deep awakening that there is a force that we are to reckon with. And as a result of that, you are more successful in life, even if you have nothing but just probably a good connection with God and stuff. So, I will go on to a video too.